So now he doesn't mind if the Jeffrey Epstein files get released. That could mean one of two things, in my opinion. Let's talk about it. So last night, Donald Trump posted this long ass, rambling ass post over on Truth Social. Let's go through it. As I said on Friday night aboard Air Force One to the fake news media, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files. He's already starting off with a lie. Let me take a step back. I don't know what he said on Air Force One on Friday night, but I know that we have been watching him do everything possible to stop the House from voting on the release of the Epstein files. He called Lauren Boebert to the Situation Room like he was calling a teenager to the principal's office to try to strong arm her from not voting to have the Epstein files released. He's been harassing and talking shit about Thomas Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene in the hopes of scaring them from not voting for the release of the Epstein files. All this time, he's been saying that this Jeffrey Epstein thing was a hoax. Called it a hoax after he told Pam Bondi to do a full investigation on Bill Clinton and JP Morgan Chase and some Larry guy. Yeah, called an investigation into a hoax. All Donald Trump is lies, mis and disinformation, hypocrisy, corruption, bully, misogynistic, Islamophobic, racist. That's all Donald Trump is. But back to this post. Let's start from the beginning. As I said on Friday night, aboard Air Force One to the fake news media, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide. And it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax. So at the same time, he's calling it a hoax. But yet saying that there's nothing to hide, release the files. Democrat hoax perpetuated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, including our recent victory on the Democrat shutdown. The Department of Justice has already turned over tens of thousands of pages to the public on Epstein, are looking at various Democrat operatives, Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summers, but yeah, he's doing a full investigation into what he's calling a hoax and their relationship to Epstein, and the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. I don't care. All I do care about is that Republicans get back on point, which is the economy, affordability. Now, he just learned about affordability, y'all. And he learned about it because Democrats are talking about affordability. He puts in parentheses where we are winning big. I don't have to say it, but I will say it. Republicans are not winning big on affordability. But moving on. Our victory on reducing inflation from the highest level in history to practically nothing, lies. Bringing down prices for the American people, lies. Delivering historic tax cuts, lies. Well, part truth. The historic tax cuts aren't for the American people. The historic tax cuts is for rich people like him and his billionaire buddies. Moving on, gaining trillions of dollars of investments into America, a record, lies. The rebuilding of our military, lies. Securing our border, deporting criminal, illegal aliens. He's doing all of that, but it ain't going so well. Ending men and women's sports, lies. Stopping transgender for everyone, lies, and so much more. Nobody cared about Jeffrey Epstein when he was alive, and yet he campaigned on releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files. He says nobody cared about Jeffrey Epstein, but he campaigned on releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files. Nobody cared about Jeffrey Epstein when he was alive. If the Democrats had anything, they would have released it before our landslide election victory. That is a lie. The reason why these files weren't released when the Democrats were in office underneath Joe Biden is because Ghislaine Maxwell was still going through the process, her trial, her conviction, her sentencing. And because all of that was happening underneath Joe Biden, they could not release the files. And he knows that. It's just a spin. Moving on. Some members of the Republican Party are being used, and we can't let that happen. He's talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie specifically. Let's start talking about the Republican Party's record of achievements. There is no record of achievements, and not fall into the Epstein trap, which is actually a curse on the Democrats. I beg to differ, Donald Trump, because one, you keep talking about the Epstein files because you have no choice. Because everybody else is talking about the Epstein files. He ends with, not us, make America great again. Now for this 360 degrees or 380 degrees, this complete turnaround that Donald Trump is having with the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files, one of two things happened in my opinion. One, they have scrubbed the Jeffrey Epstein files. That's number one. Number two, in that statement, he mentions that the House Oversight Committee should be able to get whatever documents that they are legally able to get. I want to remind you that Donald Trump just the other day called for a full investigation into Bill Clinton and that Larry Person and these other people in regards to the Jeffrey Epstein case. If there's a full investigation taking place, they will not be able to release those files. Not while there's a full investigation taking place. And he knows that. Now, there's a third option that a lot of people are talking about out there on social media. I'm just not 100% on board with this option. And that option is Donald Trump has accepted defeat. There is nothing he can do to stop the House from voting to have the Epstein files released. But once they vote on that, the reason why I'm not 100% on board is that it then has to go to the Senate. What's going to happen once it gets to the Senate? Yeah, it's a toss-up. Anywho, we've been having fun with that one email exchange that took place between Jeffrey Epstein and his brother, Mark, where in that email exchange, they mentioned Putin having a photograph of Donald Trump blowing Bubba. This the only Bubba I know in that circle. So I thought it was Bill Clinton. And then yesterday I shared another little clip where this guy was saying that Ghislaine Maxwell's horse was named Bubba. And I was like, what? Say what now? Anywho, it is now being reported that Jeffrey Epstein's brother, Mark Epstein, has come out to say that the Bubba in that email exchange is not Bill Clinton. So does that still leave the horse? But I wanted to bring something else. As we're talking about Donald Trump blowing Bubba, I came across this little gem the other day. Remember when Elon Musk and Donald Trump was divorcing and Elon Musk was talking a lot of shit over there on Twitter? Post after post after post, he was dropping these little gems. I don't remember seeing this, but I posted this on Threads and someone kindly reminded me that Elon Musk, a lot of the posts that he made, Elon Musk deleted them. So this had to have gotten deleted before I came across it. But y'all know the internet is forever. Somebody else had it. Okay? And so on June 5th at 3:10 p.m., Elon Musk tweeted, You're so proud of the one-liners you wrote. It must be hard to talk shit with a dick in your throat. And then he followed up, mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. Is this the truth he talking about? Is this it? Ask him if Putin has the photo of Trump blowing Bubba. Now, at this point, I want to know which one is it. Is it Bubba, Mr. Clinton, Bubba the horse, or is there a whole totally different Bubba out there? Baby, inquiring minds want to know.